Hey y'all, so I'm gonna do a little story time with you, and I'm just gonna give kind of my love story and just share it with y'all. So, growing up, in school, and even right after I was out of school, I didn't have any relationships at all. I didn't even kiss a guy or anything. A lot of guys just didn't like me, or if they did like me, they were kind of, I guess they were too scared that other people wouldn't accept that, so they didn't say anything. I had so many crushes that it was ridiculous, but none of them liked me back, or if they did, they didn't say anything. So it did get embarrassing sometimes how there was so many people my age were in serious relationships, and I never even was kissed or anything like that. So it was really kind of embarrassing growing up that no guys liked me. It wasn't until I was like 19, I think, is when I met my boyfriend. We started working at Lowe's at the same time, and I instantly just fell for him. It was kind of crazy actually, because I remember at orientation, I had came home that day and I told mom, I was like, Mom, there's a guy in orientation and I'm just like in love with him. And I hadn't even spoke to him yet. It was like I felt instant fireworks inside me from across the room. And she was like, okay, Kaylee. Yeah, I think my mom was like, all right, if you say so, because she never saw me with a guy or anything like that, other than having guy friends. But what can I say? When you know, you know. And I knew that he was going to be mine. And I rarely spoke to him at work. It was very seldom did I talk to him, but I just felt it. I felt the connection between us without even words being spoke. What actually got us started talking was my dad, actually. When I was off of work one day, Stephen was working, and me and my dad went up to Lowe's, and he bought a whole bunch of pavers, and Stephen had to help us load them in the truck. And Stephen and my dad were actually talking for like 20 minutes after Stephen loaded the pavers in my dad's truck. And then the next day at work, I was like, hey, sorry if my dad talked a little too much. He must have liked you. And after that, it's like we just started talking at work. And he added me on Facebook. He actually took the first shot. He said, hey. And it just went from there. We hung out one night, and oh my god, it was like the best night ever. And the reason I say it was the best night ever, or one of the best nights ever, is because we weren't at work. It was just us, and it was like, I don't know, there was that connection that I had been feeling since the first time I ever saw him. And I don't know, we were sitting on his bed one night, because I was staying with him basically like every weekend after that. And he tried to kiss me. And I was like so nervous because I had never been kissed before. And that was so embarrassing for me to tell him that. And I said, I ain't never done this before. And he just looked at me. I said, I've never done anything before. I've never even had a guy kiss me. So I kind of pulled away from him. I was nervous. I didn't want to be bad at kissing. He kissed me, and I will just never forget that first kiss. It was great. Me, because it was my first kiss, so maybe it's not as memorable to him because he had kissed a girl before and done other stuff, but it was my first time doing anything, and with the guy that I felt like so in love with, it felt so good to me. It's definitely a moment that I won't forget. And then after I was talking for like a month maybe, he broke his ankle. And I was so upset. When I found out he was having surgery, I was sitting there calling the hospital at work. I was like, oh my god, I'm so worried about him. And he was out of work for weeks. And I would go over to his house after work and take care of him because I was so worried. But he ended up having me my first like big birthday party, and it was so great. That night got a little wild, but it was great. And it was just, it's hard. You had to be there, but it was memorable for sure. um and after that, it's like I knew at my birthday party because some stuff happened, and I knew, yes, he was mine. I knew I was going to love him forever. For me, that birthday party he had me definitely solidified everything that I had been feeling. And things were just so great with us. And there was a point where things took a turn, but it wasn't for long, and it got right back on track. And it was just perfect for me. Yeah, we fought a little bit. We argued a lot, but I don't know. I've always felt more love for him than anybody, and I just knew that he was supposed to be with me, and I was supposed to be with him. Honestly, I always felt like God brought us into each other's lives for a reason, because when I met him, I had just got out of there's been so many obstacles that we've had to face. Friends standing in our way, causing drama, certain family members standing in our way. But through it all, we've made it work. Because we do love each other. If we didn't, we wouldn't be together. We would just call it quits for good, and we haven't done that. It's like every day my love for him grows stronger and stronger and stronger, because he's the man that God blessed me with, and I'm thankful for that above everything. We've had to overcome a lot in the last almost 3 years. Things have not been easy for us, but we've made it work, and I'm so glad we have. I remember the first time I met his mom, he introduced me as, "Mama, this is the sweetest woman you will ever meet." And I felt so happy for him to introduce me like that, because I had waited like months to meet his mom and the rest of his family. And to know this, like what he thought of me, it just made me feel really good, because I want to be that person. I wanted to be that person that he thought was a good woman and that he loved. This year, I'm so in love with him, and I couldn't wait any longer. I've always said I wanted to marry him. But I asked him, I said, "Look," I said, "I love you." I said, "Let's get married." And he said he wanted to marry me. And it was like, it was so amazing, because like I came home the next morning, my mom and we're getting married, and we haven't got married yet. It's been a few months. So, about 3 weeks ago, I said, "Baby, you said you wanted to marry me. I want to get married." I had spent 2 hours making him this poster board that said, "Will you be my husband already?" And I gave it to him. And he said, "Already?" I said, "Yes, already. I've been waiting for months." And he just started crying, and he came and hugged me and was holding me in his arms. And he was just crying to me, because he was like, "Yeah." But it was like he got so emotional because I had said that. But it's the truth. I'm tired of waiting. I wanted to get married. I want to get married ASAP. And I was the type of person, like growing up, I never wanted to get married. I didn't believe in marriage. But me being so in love with him, that's changed everything for me. I want a full-on wedding if I'm able to have it, because I just know I want everything done perfect, because he is perfect to me. We're two imperfect people, perfect for each other. And our wedding should be exactly that. So, yeah, that's my love story. My only true love story that I've ever had. And we are getting married. And I'm hoping it's soon because I'm so ready. But one thing that I want, by sharing my story as much as I could, without going into deep details, I hope that it can show other people, like, if you were in the same situation that I was in, going your whole life without meeting someone, without ever having a boyfriend, and you think, oh, it's never going to happen. I'm always going to be alone. Because I thought that growing up. Don't worry too much, because God will bless you with someone when you least expect it and when the time is right. And who knows, like, you might find that the first person might be the perfect person. It was for me. And I'm honestly so glad that I never dated in school. I never met anyone that I wanted like that, because if I did, I might not would have found the man I love and been with him today. So it will happen, and God will bless you with the perfect person when you least expect it, and it might not be perfect for anybody else but you. And I'm just beyond grateful that God blessed me with the most amazing man in this world. He's everything that I want, need, and more.